Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to day 21 of Journal in January and page 19 of our actual journal. So today's episode is a night at the hotel. So now, it's not what you think. It's literally, I told you cheese and ham sandwiches were going to feature, and here they are again. I do like a good toasted cheese and ham sandwich. So if I come to your house, you know what I'd be having for my tea. Now, the photos that I'm using are the salad that my husband had, my toasted cheese and ham sandwich, and a photo of me and himself in the hotel bar. It was just, I look at the photos and I just think, oh, you know what, we had such a good time, and I keep repeating myself, but that's what this is all about. And so when you make your journal or your scrapbook, whatever you make, and you go back to it and you think, oh my word, we did have such a good time. Because I've prepped these and put them to one side, and now it's come to filming, so it's a few days since I've looked at them. And now I'm thinking, oh yeah, I remember that, I remember having that. And I was so tired that I could hardly eat this. And it was delicious. But you know what? It had been a long day. Anyway, so those are the photos that we're going to use. I've already matted and layered 2 of them onto cardstock. And we're going to do something different with the other one. So I've got cardstock as my background. And this is from Anna Griffin's double-sided cardstock. And it's simply just heavyweight cardstock. I think it was from the Boxing Day papers from a few years ago, and it's the classic Anna Griffin pattern. Now everything I do use I shall put in the detail list on my blog if I can access the names of the items, and I say that because sometimes I'm using older items, not just from Anna Griffin but from different companies, and some of the things might not be available, which I know you're thinking, oh, that's not fair. Well, because I have to buy the majority of my supplies, I can't always afford to buy the newest if I've already got something. So it's like the ATC die from Sizzix. I've got an old dish die. However, I'm just giving you the ideas for the inspiration of things you could use. Now, you might have an ATC die from a different company, so that would work equally as well. You might have different stamps that you can utilise for your journaling part. I've tried to use a lot with my own handwriting so that, you know, that kind of helps you to use your handwriting, because I haven't got the neatest writing. However, I'm happy to see my writing because it's my story that I'm telling. Okay, so that's the basis of our pages. Now, for one of the pages, I've taken one of Anna's older floral papers, and I should say Anna Griffin, not just Anna, because new viewers might not know who I mean. And all I've done is I've got double-sided tape on the back of it. I've ripped it, and I've simply got it just to fit one side of the page. Now for this page, I've got the same paper, and I've ripped all 4 corners to add to our page, and I've taken them through the Xyron machine just to be able to get adhesive on the back of them, and to show you that, you know what, just because the paper's ripped, you can still take it through the Xyron, whether it's stamped, embossed, die cut. You can use your Xyron machine for it, and it gives you full adhesive coverage. All you have to do is just take your bone folder or your finger and just go around the edge to break the seal of the adhesive between the item that you've taken through and the carrier sheet. This is the carrier sheet. So this is what had the adhesive on. So you just have to break the edge, as it were, just to stop the adhesive going over everything else. So those are our 4 corners. And that just looks a little bit different, doesn't it, there? Now we're going to concentrate on this side first. So I'm just going to put those 2 photographs there. So this is our photograph for this side. And what I've done is I've taken one of Anna's very beautiful cards from the blank birthday pattern cards. I'm sure it was that one. And I've cut away the card side. So I've just got the ornate side. I've also just made a little incision at the top and the sides. Now, I've done that, and I'm thinking I might not need the ones at the side, but we'll see how we go. So I've got my photo, and I'm going to mat and layer it onto gold metallic cardstock from Anna Griffin. I've cut the cardstock just that little bit bigger than the photo. So I've matted and layered it onto it. I've kept this bit full because I want evenness for this, because it's going to slot through some of the cuts that we've made on the card. Now at first I'm going to go for the top and the bottom. I was going to add the sides, but I think they're going to interfere with the actual photo. And that's why I was a little bit unsure. But I think they'll kind of like wade into where our heads are. So we're just going to go for the top and the bottom bits that I've cut like that. And that, I think, will look great. It's not a lot, it's just a tiny detail. And it just works. Just holding that, looks like it's holding it in place. So I've got double-sided tape on the back, and I'm going to add this through the centre of our page. Now it's not the most elaborate page, and we'll add that roughly about there. And I've also got just a little piece of cardstock that I've stamped "Single moments make great memories," and that's exactly what it was. It was a great memory. So we can add that just below our picture. Then we can turn our attention to this page. Now this page is a little bit different because we're going to add our photos just to one side and then the opposite side, as it were. So we're going to go to corner 1, and then we're going to go to corner opposite with my sandwich and mayonnaise. There we go. So we're going opposite, and then I've actually got a receipt from the hotel. Now it's not for the food, it's for, would you believe it, it's for beer. So, not mine. So, but it's from the hotel and it's going to work perfectly. And all I've done was folded half of it over, added tape to it, and then I've just added one of the little tonic tabs that we've used before. Then I've also taken, I've wrote a sentiment out, and it says, "A moment on my lips, a lifetime on my hips." And I think that kind of sums that up quite nicely. And I'll put that with the salad. No, only joking. I'll put that down at the bottom with mine. That's funny, yeah. I'll put that with the salad. So, and then I've also got a stamped sentiment, and it says, "A moment lasts all of a second, but the memory lives on forever." So that's a nice one. I've matted and layered the sentiment where I've stamped it onto Anna Griffin Perfect Palette cardstock, and that will just sit nicely with the salad this time. There we go. So we've got my memory, we've got the memory lives on, and I'm simply at the side of the sentiment on our main photo, I'm going to just add 2 of our painted roses from the roses that we've been using throughout, and I'm going to use 2 different ones, just to so it all marries together still. There we go. And that's our page finished. So you see, you can make food interesting, add those receipts, add your thoughts to it. If you're making a food journal or a food diary, obviously you can add more details or less details, depends what you want to do. You can add anything you like to a journal, and I just hope that that's kind of coming across. So please let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if you like it, if I'm inspiring you, if it's a little bit too late for me. I can't say if there's anything you'd like to see, because that just doesn't work in the series, unfortunately. But you never know for next time, because I'm always looking for ideas and things that we can do for mini-series next. I don't think we'll be doing such an epic one again next time. Give me a little bit of a rest. So I do hope you're enjoying it, and I hope you're enjoying seeing my photos, the other side of it, shall we say. Now, tomorrow is a very exciting episode for all of you Walking Dead fans. I personally don't watch it, so I've had to have a lot of help with tomorrow's page, because I've no idea who some of the people are. But, you know, for all you fans out there, that I'm sure that you are going to love tomorrow's page. So thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you tomorrow.